can't say that I knew that I was destined to be a rapper, a singer, or a performer even. My mom told me that when I was younger, she had this dream of me being some sort of a preacher-like figure, a reverend or a pastor, something like that. She had a dream before I was even of age. So she didn't tell me that until later on, until after I started dabbling into music on my own. I can't say that I even still know that now, that I'm destined to be a rapper, singer, or performer, but I do think that part of my destiny may be in spreading a message, sharing something vocally, verbally, and even musically at times, without me even talking, just through instrumentation. So if in fact I am destined to be some sort of messenger, I guess I can say that I noticed that very early, as young as maybe 10 years old, as far as that goes, aside from my mother's dream. In my bio, which, bios can change so often. They can change with your experience, with time. The longer you live, your bio is going to be added to, maybe changed around a little bit. I have some eras that were very important to me. Eras maybe around the 90s. A lot of music that was really, really big at the time in our community, from the likes of groups like Another Bad Creation, Quo, Crisscross. There were plenty of boy rap bands and groups and even girl ones at the time. Recently, I found myself being more attracted to a grassroots style of music. And I think I've always been attracted to this style of music, but with the modern times, with everything changing, I've always been able just been able to adapt with the times. But I'm attracted to a grassroots style of music, something where it's not so pretty all the time, where the notes aren't so perfect, where the music isn't always on key. I'm attracted to the passion, the feel of the music, the feel of the voice, the feel of the music, and that comes from the musicians, the live sound. And jazz music is very prevalent. You'll notice if you listen to jazz, if you follow it, most of the music, most of the songs have just a singer on it, without swing vocals, without backgrounds. It's just a vocalist going at it with the music. And I think I'm becoming more attracted to that style. I come up in a fairly decent situation, and by saying fairly decent, I mean I was able to have, at the time that I was born and raised, I was able to have both parents around, most times in the same household. When I got a little older, a few times I had to split households, moving with my father or something like that. My role models, I would have to say, have been firstly in my immediate household, my mother, my father, my sisters, and then everyone else outside of that and on the other side of the window. I think I learned from my father that sometimes you can't just take everything from one person. You can't just model yourself after one person. You have to take the good, or what you think is good, from the people that are in your life that you interact with, and maybe even the people who aren't in your life. You take what's good and you leave what's bad right there where it's at. So I think I've had numerous, but firstly, my household, my mother, my father, and then my sisters, my older sisters. The songs that I write, the songs that I try to be a part of, I think they come up with their own concept. Usually what I do is, see, I used to write a lot of rhymes. I used to write a lot of rap songs and a lot of songs, period, without music. And I found myself trying to do the copy and paste style of music. You got a lot of rhymes, then you got to find a beat that goes with it. And a lot of times, it's a very patchy situation. It just doesn't fit right. It doesn't feel right, it doesn't fit right, it doesn't go well, most times. So now, and more often than ever, I'll listen to the music first that I'm offered. If I get a song from a producer or a band, we have a jam session, I'll listen to the music. that music seeps into my pores. It sounds really weird, but it does. It seeps into me, and it tells me what to say. It pulls the emotion right out by the tempo, by the key, by the notes. It pulls the concept of whatever it is that I'm going to talk about or share right out of me. And 9 times out of 10, it's a very personal situation, and it's directly related to me. On the way here, anybody, but for this trip today, you could find me listening to Kanye West, his first CD. Few songs on there that I really like. But I mean, I cross genres, I cross eras, I cross boundaries. You may hear me listening to Betty Carter jazz. You may hear me listening to some really hard gangster rap. You know, it just depends on my mood. But for today, Kanye West, first album. The name was given to me. I know that's not as fancy as it could be, but it was actually given to me by someone, a friend of mine, a female friend of mine, who used to always say that I eat so much, and she used to call me a fatso. And you know, I know the name it stuck, it fit, it was funny, and I think it's really, it's a really witty name when you think about it. I flipped it and I made it mean something really good. Basically, I've chosen to represent the underdogs, the people who are noticed but unnoticed, if I can say that. But it was given to me. It was a fun name, and it stuck, and I like it. And it gets good responses most times. I think the first and the most important thing is to determine what you are becoming an artist for, or what you're deciding to get into the industry for. You have to make a separation. Is it just for money, or is it for your artistry? And from there, I think you can make a lot more decisions. But if you're in it just for the money, there's a different road you take as someone who's in it just for the artistry. It's a completely different road. Usually those are the artists, the ones that are in it for the music first. Those are the ones that remain independent, if not all their career, most of their careers. They don't make a lot of money in the beginning, if ever. And there's a lot of other things that come along with that. So it's 2 different roads you take. I think the very first decision one of the first decisions you must make is to decide what you're deciding to get in the industry for. To be an artist or to make money as a musician. This is what a revolution sound like to music, remotely uncontrolled. No sir, you cannot. The new CD, the current CD that I have out is an EP. It's only about 4, 5 songs, I think, total. There's 10 tracks, but they're interludes as well as skit style pieces and some freestyle pieces of mine on there, and they're just 4 or 5 full-length songs. It's just an EP. It was just to get myself packaged and out there so people can look forward to what's to come. Got a full-length album I'm working on now, a lot of projects I'm working on, several other EPs with other artists, a lot of collaborations, as well as my full-length project, which is all new material. And it'll be about 15 songs, somewhere around that area. Different styles, singing, rapping, and all that good stuff in between. So. To contact me directly for anything, questions, comments, advice, you can contact me directly all the time on the go at fatsoskinny@gmail.com. That's FATSOSKINNY@gmail.com. To contact me through there, it's easy. Send me a note, I'll respond, and I'll probably send you a ton of other links where you can keep up with me. My Facebook page, my MySpace page, my Twitter page, my IC Color profile page. Anywhere that I'm at, you'll be able to find it through sending me a note and me responding.